Welcome to today's debate on one of the most intriguing and controversial topics in the Philippine history, the Rizal retraction controversy. This debate will examine whether Dr. Jose Rizal, our national hero, truly retracted his writings and beliefs before his execution. Our debate will feature two sides: the affirmative side arguing that Rizal did retract, and the negative side asserting that no such retraction occurred. With that, let us begin. I now invite the first group to present their short introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Group A, ready to defend our side today. With facts, with truth, we'll light the way. Did Rizal retract? No way. No tricks, no plots can make us sway. This is the Group A. I am Rainier Nash Montenegro.
I am Alexander Valiant Giroy.
I am Villamor Sarabia.
And I am Marshall Andre Javier, and we are the Group A.
Good day, everyone. We are the Group B, and I'm Nicole Sonny.
I am Alexa Pinheiro.
I am Yafa Mallorca.
I am Irish de Guzman.
And I am John Mark Manto.
Today, we stand in defense of the authenticity of Jose Rizal's retraction, backed by strong historical evidence and credible testimonies. First, multiple eyewitnesses, including Father Vicente Balaguer and Spanish officers, attested to Rizal's signing of the retraction document, reinforcing its legitimacy. Second, the neutral account of Federico Moreno provides an unbiased confirmation of Rizal's final religious acts, providing his sincere reconciliation with the Catholic Church. Lastly, Rizal's religious marriage to Josephine Bracken, which required his retraction, further supports the claim that he willingly renounced his anti-Catholic beliefs, and these facts make it clear Rizal's retraction was real, documented, and undeniably genuine.
Your introduction was nice, but it won't suffice. Now, allow us to present our facts and begin this battle of the wise.
The retraction contradicts Rizal's life and conviction and principles. In his final poem, Mi Ultimo Adios, Rizal reiterated his love for the Philippines and his readiness to sacrifice himself for it. It is evident that the poem doesn't mention anything about his change in principles and regrets.
Also, the signature on the document is not in Rizal's typical handwriting, according to Pascual in 1950. The conclusion drawn from the forensic analysis was that the signature was not most likely fake.
And according to Garcia in 1964, the timing of the said retraction is very skeptical because it is highly in favor of the Catholic Church.
We are done and now it's your turn. State your facts and make it known. Otherwise, this debate is ours to own.
When Jose Rizal made his retraction, there were multiple people who witnessed it and provided testimonies, including a Jesuit priest, Father Vicente Balaguer, and two Spanish officers, Juan del Fresno and Eloy Moire. There are also multiple historical records about Rizal's retraction, including affidavits from Father Pio P. and other church authorities. Another person who witnessed Rizal's retraction and documented it was Federico Moreno.
Additionally, Federico Moreno's report is important because he was an independent eyewitness with no religious beliefs, unlike priests or other eyewitnesses with religious affiliations. This makes his account one of the most objective records of Rizal's final moments. Moreno's report says that Rizal confessed, received Holy Communion, and kissed an image of the Blessed Mother, showing signs of religious reconciliation. This action suggests that Rizal had truly returned to the Catholic faith. If he hadn't retracted, why would he have done these devout acts?
Jose Rizal's marriage to Josephine Bracken strongly suggests that he retracted his anti-Catholic views before his execution. Since the Catholic Church did not recognize common law partnerships, Rizal needed to formally reconcile with the Church to marry Bracken. On the morning of December 30, 1896, Father Vicente Balaguer officiated their wedding in the prison chapel, indicating that Rizal had fulfilled the church requirement by signing the retraction document. This suggests that his retraction was not just symbolic but personally significant. His historical accounts also state that Bracken was pregnant with Rizal's child, making their marriage even more meaningful. In the conservative society of that time, marriage was crucial for legitimizing their union and their child's status. The church approval of their wedding implies that Rizal's retraction was sincere, as it is unlikely the church would have allowed it otherwise. While some doubt the authenticity of his retraction, Rizal's willingness to marry despite his imminent execution indicates a genuine decision to reconcile with his fate.
Knowing Rizal's relationship with Josephine, which wouldn't be recognized unless married in a Catholic setting, can't his retraction be influenced by his desire to be legally recognized as her partner? Additionally, how credible are the said witnesses as they are mostly affiliated with the church?
Charles' deep love with Josephine and his desires to legitimize their union and their child undoubtedly played significant roles in this decision. However, this alone does not negate the possibility of spiritual change. Love and faith aren't holistically equal. Thus, this marriage to Josephine can be seen as a testament to both his love for her and for his renowned faith.
For our second question, would the Spanish authorities have any motive to fabricate or coerce a retraction? Isn't it possible that it is one of their interests to push the retraction of the most influential character during the time?
Due to the sudden changes, it may have been pointed that the Spanish authorities had any motive to fabricate a retraction, but there is no concrete evidence to support such a claim. Additionally, the retraction document itself exists and multiple witnesses attest to its signing.
For our third question, how credible of a source is Moreno? And how was he able to arrive at the conclusion that every result did was... Pwede edit? Pwede edit. Sige, sige. Sorry. Okay. For our third question, how credible of a source is Moreno? And how was he able to arrive at the conclusion that everything resulted, such as kissing an image of the Blessed Mother, was pure at heart and not just solely to show people these actions?
Moreno, as a neutral observer, simply reported what he witnessed. He didn't make any claims regarding Rizal's inner intentions. The actions made by Rizal might have truly been interpreted in a different way, but his actions were consistent for someone who has returned to the Catholic faith. Mi Ultimo Adios does not mention a retraction, but does its absence necessarily mean he did not retract? Could the poem have been written at a time when he had not yet decided or been pressured to retract?
Now this is my turn. Listen, look, and listen, and learn. I do agree that your question has a point. Actually, I asked the same question to myself when I was doing research regarding this topic. Now let me share with you the things that I have discovered. So, the absence of retraction in Mi Ultimo Adios does not necessarily prove that Rizal did not retract, but it does raise doubts about the claim that he did. If Rizal truly renounces beliefs, it would be expected that some indication of this change would appear in his final words. Instead, Mi Ultimo Adios reflects his steadfast dedication to his ideals, suggesting that his principles remained unchanged until the very end.
How can you conclude that the documents containing Rizal's retraction were fake? Are there any pieces of evidence that can solidify your claims?
Yes, there were several trusted sources that could back up our arguments. One of them is written in the study of Pascual 1950 entitled Rizal Beyond the Grave. According to the study, the signature on the document differs from Rizal's usual handwriting. They used forensic analysis and concluded that the signature was likely forged. Moreover, there is only a later Jesuit handwritten copy of Rizal's purported retraction. The original document has never been displayed in public. It should have been offered as indisputable evidence right away if such a significant document had actually existed.
Now, why would the alleged retraction happen only at the last moment? Does the late timing suggest genuine consideration by Rizal, or does it indicate a strategic move by the Catholic Church to fabricate the event?
The late timing of the alleged retraction raises serious doubts about its authenticity. If Rizal had truly intended to renounce his beliefs, he had ample time to do so during his imprisonment. Furthermore, if Rizal had truly reconciled with the church, he should have been granted a Catholic burial in consecrated ground. However, as Bocobo points out, the church refused him this privilege, contradicting the claim that he had returned to the faith. This inconsistency suggests that the retraction may have been a political maneuver rather than a genuine act of repentance.
So now that we have answered every single one of each other's questions, we, the Group A, will now present the conclusion that our group has drawn regarding this debate. We acknowledge the arguments presented by the opposing side, which is Group B, particularly the claims that Rizal retracted in his final moments. We understand that historical debates on this matter continue, with some accounts suggesting that he signed a retraction document. However, after carefully examining the inconsistencies surrounding this claim, we firmly stand by our position that Jose Rizal did not retract. Further, Rizal's final poem, Mi Ultimo Adios, reflects unwavering dedication to his ideals, and no credible evidence suggests that he abandoned them. In addition, the Spanish authorities and the Catholic Church had clear political motives to fabricate a retraction in an attempt to weaken Rizal's influence as a martyr for the Filipino people. While we respect differing interpretations of history, we strongly believe that Rizal remained steadfast in his principles until the very end.
While Group A presents a compelling narrative, we Group B respectfully disagree with their conclusion and firmly maintain that Jose Rizal, in the final hours of his life, did retract his previous criticisms of the Catholic Church. We have thoroughly examined the evidence, and the conclusion is undeniable. We present three key pillars supporting this conclusion. First, the consistent eyewitness account. We're referring to the direct testimony from those who were there, those who witnessed Rizal's act of retraction. Second, the neutral report of Federico Moreno, an unbiased observer who documented Rizal's religious acts that align with the man seeking reconciliation. And third one is we must not overlook Rizal's personal desire to marry Josephine Bracken within the church. All of this is validated by historical documentation. These are concrete recorded facts that directly and objectively support Rizal's action.
All right, so as we come to the end of this debate, we would like to thank everyone who participated in this meaningful discussion. We hope that this exchange of ideas has provided rich insights and encouraged critical thinking about Rizal's final moments and the lasting impact of his life. Regardless of which side we stand on, what remains undeniable is that Rizal's contribution to our nation continue to inspire generations of Filipinos. Thank you, and may we all continue to seek knowledge, truth, and a deeper understanding of our history.